Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Tier 1's final race this evening, or final race this season. We are doing a random grid for the last race, double points up for grabs as well. Been told the drivers are they've got another 4 minutes to get their setups all done and ready. We are going at 10 past. Yeah, so let's just have a quick look to see if we have an update on the race standings. So we don't have an update for last race. The current standings are with Deck in the lead, 45 points ahead of Christopher Shawlin. Deadly in third, Mr. P fourth. Don't think Deadly is racing tonight, so just have a quick look. No, Deadly's not racing tonight, so Mr. P does have the opportunity to jump ahead of Deadly, possibly Christopher Shawlin, if he does win the race this evening. But Deck, pretty sure is gonna, nope, if I say 760, no. So I think Deck's gonna walk away this evening with the Tier 1 championship this evening. Another couple of minutes to go. Can we see what the grid is? Oh, there we go. So that's the grid lineup. Most of them on medium tyres, so to speak. We've got two on the hards. We've got Ivy and English on the hards, going for the longer first stint. WAKL 39 is in pole position. Merckx is in P2, Deck P3, Hazer P4, Bevan P5, Warner P6, Ivy P7, two Mercedes together. English is in 8th, 9th is William, 10th is Woody, Jess in the Haas 11th, and Mr. P in the Alpine 12th. So Mr. P does have his work cut out if he wants to get to the top of the podium this evening. Got just under a minute to go now. Can't really get anything else up, so well, we'll just wait for the drivers in their final minute, or final 30 seconds I think now, to start readying up, finalise their setups for the race, the fuel loads, make sure they want to start on the mediums or the hards, and just take another quick drink before we start to ready up, which should only be moments away. In fact, it is 10 past now, so drivers can start readying up now. So yep, drivers can go ahead and ready up. If oh. There we go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights for the last time this season, and away we go. Looks like KL got a decent start. I think Merckx dropped down quite a lot there. Slipped down behind Deck. Slips into P3. Deck going slightly wide there. Allows Merckx back through. Currently saying Merckx is in P4, but that looks to me like it is P2. As Mr. P, I think once this sorts itself out, will not in fact be in P1. One another fantastic glitch here from EA. We have it all back to and Deck looks like he's off in heavy. We've got yellow flags, we've got an Ivy, going wide there into the gravel. Woody looks like he might have damage as well, or taken a trip through the gravel as well. English and Warren look like they're swapping positions there. Going English taking it into the one of the final turns, and Mr. P pushing through, overtaking Warner at the same time. Great start here from Mr. P, already up into P6, 6 places made in the first lap for Mr. P. Great start for him. Just wants to get past the Williams now on the hard tyres as Deck puts in the fastest lap of the race. Is Mr. P going to try into turn 1? I don't think he is. Currently a blue flag flashing there. We're not quite sure what that was about. Did look like someone was going a bit wide there. Warner facing all sorts of the wrong way there. That's not the greatest start for both Mercedes. We've got one in the pits and the other one will require it to come to the pits with missing a front wing. I wonder if there was contact with someone locking up into the turn. He's got no front end at all. Mr. P, oh there we go. Mr. P going round the KL there. Is he going to go up the inside of English? We've got more yellow flags out. I'll get all the stats up, overlays up soon, as we've just seen Bevan and William look like he made a little cut up the corner there, but will probably get away with it. We've got Woody just on his own for the moment. Go the detailed position. Where the hell is that? There we are. Track map. Don't need any of that. We have a look at the old position changes. We've got Deck up 2 places. Merckx remains in 2nd place. As Woody locks up there, going into the final corner there, allows Jess to catch back up to him. Will Jess have DRS coming out of this? I think he does. Well, he's definitely got a run on Woody. Woody goes a little bit defensive. Jess up the inside. Jess does make it, but he goes wide. This will allow Woody back through if he can stay within the toe of the Haas, but I don't think he's close enough, and slots into P10 where he started. Warner now into the pit, changing his front wing. What a start we have had. What a start. We go. So as I was saying, Deck up 2 places. Merckx remained where he is. Hazer P3 moved up 1 place from P4. English up from P8. Mr. P up from the back of the grid, on the back of English, around the fast left and right here. Mr. P looked like he took too much curb coming out of that corner, but does stay on the tear, does have DRS, won't use it this time around to get past the Williams of English in front of him. He will look to maybe make it in the first of the 2 DRS zones coming up shortly. Yellow flags out again. That's for another one of the Mercs. Ivy is not having the greatest outing for the Mercedes today, as Hazer gets past Merckx. Merckx holds him round the outside. Great defensive driving there from the Aston. Is he going to be able to hold the Ferrari off coming into the corner? And he does. He does manage to hold off the Ferrari. Great driving from the pair of them here, as Woody has left the session. I believe he did retire in pits. He did. So Deck running away with it now. Merckx holding up the Ferrari here. Let's have a quick look at the tyres. Top 3 on the mediums. English on the hards. English going defensive. Mr. P round the outside of the Williams car up into P4. What a fantastic start to the race Mr. P is having this evening. Sets the fastest middle sector at the same time. He is now into P4 and hunting down the Ferrari of Hazer, who's going around the outside of Merckx. Merckx goes defensive on the inside. Merckx does he hold it? Cannot hold it. Hazer up into P2, but this will give Merckx the DRS down the main start finish straight, as well as Mr. P, who has caught up very quickly here, as Hazer is that, well, Mr. Deck is 5 seconds ahead of this battle here. Hazer doesn't go defensive. Merckx has a look, pulled back to the racing line, thinks better of it this time around. We'll take that off so we can see what we're doing. Is Merckx going to make a move. Doesn't think Mr. P almost into the back of the Aston Martin there. These cars are going to have to start thinking about where to make the move, or if we're going to sit in the train, who's going to brake early to make the undercut work. Jess comes into the pits to change his tyres and front wing, I think it was. Yes, it was. We'll nip back up to this battle here because Mr. P is all over the back of Merckx. Merckx is on the back of the Ferrari. Merckx looks to the outside around the Ferrari. Side by side they go. Merckx Merckx holds it off. Great diving here. He has a DRS, but Hazer now using his battery to go back defensive. English now having a look at Mr. P. Is there going to be contact? There's no contact between all four drivers. This is fantastic racing this evening as English now back in front of Mr. P. Hazer still sitting behind Merckx, who Hazer has a little tail slide here, and it's just allowed Merckx a little gap to maybe breathe a little bit, prepare himself for the next onslaught that's about to happen throughout this lap. Mr. P, Hazer and English are all within touch distance, and English very close behind that Scarlet Ferrari this evening. As Mr. Fox says, let's go Bevan and P. Bevan is sitting nicely in P8 at the moment, and Mr. P has started from the back of the grid and is up into P5 by lap 6. Had P4 for a second, but with all the battles going on in front of him, English took an opportunistic move and paid off for him. As now the Ferrari, will it look down the inside? Almost down the inside, but hey, Merckx said no thank you. But this will give English a little bit of a run on the Ferrari now, coming in to the last of the DRS zones for this particular lap. Doesn't do anything, but he has a better run out of the corner, pushing the Ferrari around, almost pushing the Ferrari around. Last few corners here. This has given Merckx a little bit of breathing room, but for Hazer has a fantastic drive out of the final corner here. Really going to close up to the back of Merckx. Merckx driving a little bit defensively there. Hazer has a look to the inside, thinks better of it. Thinks maybe I can get him on the next DRS zone, but Merckx has a great, as we got yellow flags out for Ivy this time. Facing the wrong way, correcting himself. So this is going to cause, as English runs wide, this is giving Merckx a breakaway that he possibly needed. Is he going to get without over a second away? I don't think he will, but that's going to give him a little bit of breathing room because English went a bit wide there. Maybe Hazer was caught out a bit by it as well. So these all have dropped off Merckx for the short while. But this is giving Mr. P the opportunity to have a look on the Ferrari. Is he going to go to the inside? He doesn't go to the inside, and we stay as we are. This is the closest battles we have on track for P2 at the moment. Merckx has slightly pulled away, but only excuse me. Merckx has pulled away as Hazer going defensive on Mr. P there, not wanting that Alpine to get past him. I'm pretty sure Hazer has just been overtaken by English as well. So Hazer must have made a mistake there, and that's cost him a couple of places as Hazer goes defensive. Mr. P goes down the racing line. Hazer tucks in behind him, and that has given these two a little gap now. They've pulled away from Mr. P and Hazer. It's going to be a bit of a tough battle for them to close back up, but how long will it take for them to close back up, almost back within DRS range? Before will he be within the DRS zone? There is the line. I think he might have been. We have yellow flags again. Is that for Ivy? It is for Ivy. He's had another incident with the wall, I think. Merckx has that Williams on the back of him. Is he going to have a look down the inside? He doesn't look down the inside, setting himself up maybe for a bit of a burner DRS into this corner here. Is he going to go down the inside? Oh, he's pushing the Aston Martin off out of the racing line there. The Aston Martin now pushing back. Oh, they're coming together. That's pushed the Aston wide. the stewards will be looking at that one as to whether that was fair play or fair driving from both these drivers. But Mr. P and Hazer now back within DRS of the other cars in front of them now. We have Ivy back into the pits. We have Bevan in the McLaren, Warner in the other Mercedes, closely followed by Jess in the Haas. Jess, don't think had DRS coming into this section, so we'll nip back up to the top. We've got English now, who has got past Merckx. Sorry for that, we have missed that one, but that's allowed him with the hard tyres. He's coming into play now. The mediums possibly dropping off a little bit, and that has allowed English to get past Merckx up into P2. But Merckx now having a look, thinks Belorovitz maybe conserve some battery. Everyone says Jess. Lol. Wait, who? What? I don't even. It's just easy to say Jess. I mean, I did say JSS. Jessica? Is that the name, Jessica? No, I'm just saying Jessica now for fun. I'm gonna call him Jessica from now on. If that is his name or not, I don't care. From now on, Jess is now Jessica. But Jessica has got past Warner. Warner does have the DRS coming into this zone, but Jessica looks like it sounds like a slutty pod, quite possibly. But yes, Jess has got past Warner now. Look down, look 33 seconds up the road, and he'll see the McLaren, which he is going to his best to try and catch up, as Deck now was 10 seconds up the road. English has pulled it back by 8 tenths in this lap. Merckx still within DRS zone. Mr. P in fourth, also within DRS. We're just, it's my birthday, give me a shout out. Well, happy birthday, Mr. Fox. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Mr. Fox. Happy birthday to you. There you go. There's your happy birthday song. But these four cars here, all still within DRS range. We'll just have a quick butcher the tyres there, because I know that English is on the hard tyres. Everybody else pretty much on mediums, apart from the other mediums. He's 50 today, is he? Mon Scottish Fat Saffron. He's gone. He's left the building. You can park up and have a cup of tea or something. Well, maybe not in this heat. Ice cold bath and then carry on the race. But he's the gap has stayed with 9.2 now. So Deck's tyres, as he comes sliding round turn one, not turn one, as he comes sliding out of the fast left right. Does slide around the corner there, so his tyres might be going, as yes, it looks like his tyres are dropping off as the back end stepping out there. Merckx with yellow flags up. KO is out. KO is out. Not sure what happened to KO. He's retired on track. Is that a safety car? I think it is a safety car. So Deck made it to the pits just in time. And, well, sorry, the safety car came out at the right time for Deck to come into the pits. English also comes into the pits. Very interesting decision from English. I don't know if the mediums will go to the end of the race from here. So let's see what tyres he goes on. He is going to go for the mediums, I'm sure of it. He is. So came out at a great time for some, but I think that's come out at the worst time for English, because I do not see those medium blasting to the end of the race, although he may get the jump on Deck at the safety car restart, but I dare say he's going to have to someone's at my door somewhere. Yeah bro, yeah, you have, yeah, English, I'm sorry to say this, pal, but you were definitely that came out at the worst time for you there, bud. Not gonna lie. But all I can say is well, tough, really. Mr. Fox, you're very welcome. Glad you enjoyed it. It was heartfelt for you there, especially being 50. I know you're not 50, but you could be 50. I don't know. Maybe everybody's 50. Who knows? But while we have everybody catching up for the safety car, I think Ivy sitting in P10. He may catch up. And you got Warner. I think we should, if Ivy gets to the back of the back of this group, lads, we should be letting him get past you so he can unlap himself. Just a gentle reminder. The deck now on the hard tyres will go to the end of the race. Depends on how long the safety car stays out, really, for English's tyres, really, because I don't see them doing. So if the safety car sort of came in the next lap or this lap, I don't see them working to the end of the race. As William comes into the pitch now to go on to a new set of hards and a new front end. Did he have contact with someone under the safety car? I wonder if the stewards saw anything to do with that. But yeah, he's coming in now, put on a fresh pair of hards to the end of the race, and also a new front wing. Let's move Bevan up to P6. Or was he already in P6? No, I think he was already in P6. Are we letting Ivy past? What the hell is going on with English's car then? Don't know if anybody saw that, but English's car was just having a panic attack. Mercs, if you can hear, get out of the way. Get out of the way, Mercs. Mercs, get out of the way, buddy. English's car seems to be doing some sort of weird zigzag things. There you go, Mercs. Well done, sir. Well done. English, you are next. What is the camera? Ridiculous. English, if you can hear this, get out of the way. Thank you very much. And well done, Deck, as well. Has allowed Ivy past all the drivers. Unfortunately, he's not passed because he had to let Deck back through. So Deck will have to try again. There we go. Deck has allowed Ivy to get past. No, it has still not worked. Deck, you have to. Has it worked? Has it not worked? Ivy is still temporarily ghosted and is now through and past the safety car, and Deck will now retake the position behind the safety car for what will be probably the last lap of the safety car. So Ivy's going to have to be putting his foot down if he wants to get to the back of the grid for the safety car restart. We'll just have a quick look at the old tyre front, door stops. There we have tyres. So Ivy, 6 up old hard tyres. We'll try and make them go towards the end of the race. Warner and Jessica on 2 lap old mediums. William in the Ferrari on 1 lap old mediums because he came in and changed his front wing and put on a new pair of hard tyres as well. Safety car is in this lap, whereas Ivy, well, he's not really going to get to the back of the grid here, depending on how slow Deck now goes. As we have a little bit of chaos here. Cars, I'm not sure what they were doing there. Ivy coming down the main straight now. Deck is just casually warming up his tyres. Oh, let's take that off. Then we've got penalties. So we're looking at the penalties. We've got Hayes on 3, William on 6, and Ivy on 3 as well. So there we have it. When is Deck going to go? When is Deck going to go? He's going to wait right up to the line. He's gone. Great go ahead restart there from Deck there. Made it look like he was going to warm his tyres. English went for it as well and was caught napping and takes up a 3-second time penalty for his, as if his problems weren't already there with the medium tyres now to the end of the race. He's now at the 3-second penalty. That will allow Merckx back up into P2, providing he can stay in P3 at the moment. Is English going to manage to get away from them and pull out a gap big enough to which he can nip back into the main group of drivers? You'll have to stay with Deck here, use the DRS that Deck has to his advantage while he sets the first purple middle sector there this evening. So Merckx just has to sit in P3 for a minute, just keep himself together. Hayes has a penalty as well. Mr. P is the only other clean driver in the top 5. 2 Alpines and an Aston. As we've got drivers going all over the place trying to stay or get rid of the tone that they're giving behind. Deck still within half a second. English, still within half a second of Deck in front of him, so he will be using those medium tyres now to stay with him and try and with him break away from the others. But the main reason Deck was able to, one of the main reasons Deck was able to break away from the group at the start was because 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th were all battling out for P2, and so we're less focused on staying with Deck but more on their own position. English still, as of yet, unable to get past Deck in the car in front. William does get past Bevan. Bevan picks up a 3-second penalty for his woes. Warner and Warner gets past Bevan as Jessica almost locks up into the side of the McLaren. Almost had a carbon copy of the McLaren going into a Williams from the weekend, but manages to regain control and carry on. Deck still half a second in front. Merckx still half a second behind English. English will be hating the fact that he's on medium tyres now, and not the fact he's on medium tyres, but on medium tyres so early into the race. Safety car really did not help his chances this evening. As Warner has a spin, drops down to P9. Mercedes team this evening are not having the greatest day out at the races. Yellow flags out again. I think that's for Ivy, but he will carry on and finish the race. We hope, as Jess gets past Bevan. He does, or she does, or they do. Up into P7 now for the Haas driver. And here we go again, battle for not only P2 this evening, now P1, as these top 5 all within half a second of each other. Deck has not managed to pull away as it did before, and I say that because the cars behind aren't fighting each other, they're trying to catch up to the Alpine. And English is wanting desperately to get past the Alpine because his tyres are not going to be good in the next sort of 5-6 laps. Merckx sitting comfortably in P3 at the moment. I say comfortably, he has a Ferrari right behind him, as an Alpine right behind the Ferrari. So not as comfortable as one would hope, but he's definitely sitting a little bit pretty, as he's now within 3/10 of English in front of him. So I think English's tyres possibly getting a bit warm. Maybe they're starting to hurt a little bit. Still staying with Deco, keeping within half a second, as Merckx has a little slide there out of the corner and keeps going on his merry way. But now he's right up behind that Williams of English ahead of him. But Hazer has got a better drive out of the final corner. Will he close up to the back of Merckx into the final quarter, as I think Ivy has had another spin again, but Hazer unable to get past Merckx ahead of him. Mr. P just sitting comfortably behind, maybe waiting for the other cars in front to make a mistake. William has closed up to within 5 seconds of Mr. P now, but in the last 10 laps, is he going to be able to close up enough to join this battle up ahead? English now dropping 7/10 behind Deck, but that was before the DRS opened, and so he closes right up to the back of the Alpine in front, as looks like English had a teleportation device there as well, because he was on the inside, then he was on the outside of the track. But this is not just a battle for P2 now, this is the battle for P1. Deck leading the way, coming up to start lap 20. English just over half a second behind the Alpine driver. Merckx just under half a second behind the Williams driver. Hazer closer of the lot, almost to the back of the Aston Martin there. Will he have a look down into turn 3 and 4? Think he's a little bit too far away. Jessica picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple track warnings, I believe that is. Deck is now just dropping off, English here, coming through into the next DRS detection zone. I think he will still get DRS through in the next session, which will help him in his battle to hold on for P2 on track. But Merckx is a lot closer to the Williams car than the Williams car is to the Alpine. But these 5 are keeping it very clean. There's no crash kart derby this evening. Mr. P is probably keeping it very clean as well. He knows that sooner or later one of these cars ahead will make a move, and that could cause a collision, could cause some chaos into one of the corners, in which he will be able to pick up a couple of places if it comes to it. But I say Deck pulled away from English, but English has pulled it back now. We have just over 8 laps remaining this evening. I still think I still think Deck will come away with the win this evening, so I think he's all for P2 on track. As it stands, I think it will go to Merckx in P3 will get P2. If it stays like this, and Mr. P will move up to P3. But it all depends on who makes the move and makes the move stick. So we're coming up to finish the 21st lap of tonight's race. Yellow's out again. Fingers for Jess and Bevan there. There's Jess. Possible wing damage. No, doesn't look like he's got wing damage there, so maybe a spin. Was there contact between some of the other drivers? Warner has a all front end on. Bevan's car looks to be bouncing all over the place, but might just be my eyes. William there, keeping to himself now, trying to keep it clean for the rest of the race. Mr. P still in P5, still had a great race up from P12, started P12 up to P5. So he has gained the most positions of the race so far. English has now been dropped by Deck. Deck has won over a second clear. This will help Merckx to get past the Williams driver because his tyres must be screaming now. Medium tyres from I think it was lap 11, and there was no way they were going to last competitively till the end of the race. Ivy picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, possible track limits. Williams driver comes into the pit, so that has released Merckx up into P2, clear air in front of him. Deck sets the fastest lap in the process. English into the pits, comes on for a fresh pair of mediums. Surprisingly, I would have gone for soft at the end of the race, but he will come out ahead of Bevan. It'll be very, very close coming into turn 1. English does just come out ahead of the McLaren driver. So English now P6, Mr. P up to P4, William up to P5, Hazer P3 and Merckx P2. If it stays as it is, Merckx will remain in P2. Deck will be your winner this evening, and Mr. P I think will come up to P3. But it depends if Hazer gets past him and is able to pull out more than a 3-second gap. Yes. So as he looks to the outside of the Mercedes driver, Aston Martin driver holding the inside line here. Hazer around the outside, runs a little bit wide, still holds it down the inside. Side by side they go, almost touch, but the Aston Martin driver stays in P2. Hazer now under attack from Mr. P. No, he's not, because Hazer is now going to pull to the inside. Merckx tries to cover him off, does hold the inside line, and still holds position. The Ferrari driver has to hop in behind him. Merckx holds the inside line now. The Ferrari driver has to go around the outside. That will become the inside, but they've touched, they've got contact, and the Ferrari driver is through. Is the Alpine also through? Merckx dropped 2 places in 1 corner. Merckx now on the back of the Alpine of Mr. P. Mr. P will want to get past that Ferrari if he can to make it an Alpine 1-2 this evening. Is he going to make the move? He goes round the outside. Side by side they are. Ferrari driver tucks back inside. Mr. P up into P2. And will now try and hunt down his teammate if he can. As I say that, Deck looks like he has spun somewhere. He's lost a lot of time. Sorry, what has gone wrong with my voice? He's lost a lot of time. Deck now. Hazer's left the session. Someone could. Race control, send him invite back. I'm going to try and do that because he's having a fantastic race. Where is he? Is he online? Where is he? I can't see him. So race control, you need to be doing that as English sets the fastest lap of the race. Mr. P in P2 has dropped Merckx. I think the Alpines are working together to help Deck, whether Deck ran wide or not, but he has enabled his teammate beyond him to have DRS, and he's helping him pull away from the Aston Martin driver now. Hazer is still not back in the game. He's back in the game. I think he's back. He has now regained control, but he's lost 3.5 seconds to the Aston Martin driver. Now that's surely his race done and dusted. Merckx still managing to keep DRS. No, he's not able to have DRS on the Alpine in front. So Mr. P is safe for now. Final 3 laps of the season for Tier 1. Do apologise. Tier 1. Final race of the season. Double points on the grab. I think at this rate, Deck will be the Tier 1 champion as Mr. P goes up the inside of Deck. I don't think Deck put up much of a fight there. Let his teammate through, maybe helping him gain double points this evening for P1 and bumping him up the championship order. I think that'll put him into P2. I think if he wins the race and has a clean one, if he gets fastest lap as well, it's an extra point. But Mr. P now is your race leader with the final 3 laps to go now. His teammate counterpart P2, Merckx is P3, does have DRS on the Alpine driver. Mr. P did look like he broke away from Deck a little bit, but I think he's just brought himself back in as English is having all sorts of glitches there or lag, because not quite sure what position he was on the track at that point. Yeah, Mr. P has dropped off to allow his teammate to get DRS, and we hope that he can fend off the Aston Martin of Merckx in P3. Bevan picks up a time penalty as well. Warner in P7, keeping it very nice and clean. Himself and the top 3 are the only drivers on track not to pick up a penalty this evening. Is there going to be a change for P2? As long as he stays within the DRS of Deck, as long as Deck stays in the DRS of Mr. P, I think he will fend off Merckx till the end of the race. Don't think we have. That's William getting past Ivy. Warner 17 seconds behind William, 3 seconds in front of Jess there. Bevan in P9, 4 seconds behind Jess, and Ivy 58 seconds now behind behind Bevan in P10. So I think this may be a finishing order unless Merckx does something that catches Deck off guard completely. He's got to think outside the box here when to use the battery to its full deployment if he wants any chance to get past the Alpine in front of him. Hazer back and taking control of his car again. Further 2.5 seconds adrift of Merckx. Has closed the gap up somewhat, but it was never enough time for him to close back up onto the Aston Martin. English is not giving up. He is almost within touching distance of DRS as we come to the final lap of the race, and we are starting it. And now, Mr. P starts the final lap of the race. P with a race win on my birthday. Oh, is this what you wish for when you blew out your candles? Sorry. Mr. P leading the way. Deck either letting him past or had a small drama into one of the turns. Either way, he has helped his... What is this camera angle all about? He's helped his Alpine teammate into P1, and as it stands, it will walk away with the win this evening. But is Merckx going to make a challenge on P2? Is he going to make the late lunge into one of the last few corners this evening to try and take P2 away from the Alpine, try and deny them the 1-2 for the final race? I don't think he's going to have anything to do. English gets past Hazer. Hazer and English battling out all the way to the line. But here we have Mr. P leading the 1-2 for the Alpine drivers. Alpine 1, Alpine 2, Aston Martin P3. English does hold on for P4. Hazer P5. William will come across the line in P6. I will say English has done a fantastic job because that safety car came out at all the wrong sorts of time. He came out after having to pit again with, I think it was, did it say how many laps left? Tyre, so he had 7 laps and he came out in P6, I think it was. So back up to P4. He came, I'm sure he came out ahead of Bevan, so actually P8 he came out of, up to P4. Great race from him. Shame the safety car came out when it did. But your race winner this evening, Mr. P. Final race of the season, Alpine 1-2. Mr. Fox, your dreams have all come true. Your birthday wish did also come true. Mr. P wins the race on your birthday. It's like Christmas come early for you there, pal. Congratulations. Congratulations to Mr. P. Are we gonna have a final viewing, a final podium for P2, for Tier 1, sorry. There we have him, slip sliding onto the podium steps. Mr. P. P1, final race of the season. I think that was a clean race for him, 36 points. So, 36, 66, 72, I make that points to him. Not sure if that's enough to take P1. It will move up to P2, I do believe. And Merckx is in the action for P3. Alpine 1-2. Aston Martin P3. Will we have what EA thinks the driver of the day is? I don't think we will. I hope Race Control can gather all the race details. And yeah, oh no, I almost got them. But it was almost, but not close enough. Anyway, so your race winner this evening is Mr. P, Decken P2, Aston Martin Merckx P3. I have been Ironshin. We have been Tier 1 URFL final race of the season. Thank you for joining us. Take care now and bye bye.